argument on the show, and we're only talking about the original series. Okay, so we have to stick to the original series. What was the greatest Star Trek episode in the history of Star Trek, according to DR?
In the original series.
The original only.
Yeah. Interestingly enough, the first one that comes to my mind is the pilot, is the Captain Pike episode. That would be a contender for me. The other one would be the Pon farr episode when Spock went back to Vulcan and ended up in the hand-to-hand combat with Kirk.
Okay.
Those are the two that come to my mind.
The argument I've always had with my partner, my favorite episode is the Savage Curtain with Abraham Lincoln. He says it's the worst episode in the history of the show. Where does this Savage Curtain rank with you?
Oh, it's definitely not the worst. That's a great episode. In fact, if I remember correctly, I want to say, and you can maybe correct me if I'm wrong, I want to say that Harlan Ellison, who's a really famous science fiction writer, wrote that episode. I think it's certainly considered one of the best by many people, and I would definitely be on your side on that one.
Well, you see, thank you. Now you proved my point, right? So now I'm a happy man, right? This has been an ongoing argument forever.
Wait. I remember my favorite episode, but I don't know what it was called. It had like little tiny fur things that were everywhere. What was that? No, I'm dead.
Yeah,
that would be. Go ahead,
It was called Trouble with Tribbles.
That was my favorite episode.
Yeah.
See, I can be a nerd too. I know this stuff.
Yeah, but Daniela, I got to be honest with you. That's considered one of the worst episodes of all time.
I've done worse things
than play with fribbles or whatever they are.
As a kid, the Gorn episode was a biggie for me too.
Oh, of course, Gorn is the one. Yeah. But but again, I got to go back to the Abraham Lincoln one. I mean, that's help me, Spock. One of my favorite lines of all time.
Yeah. That's
Daniela, what do you got, buddy?
I'm not talking anymore. You just said I had the worst episode. I really did. That was one of my things. My grandfather loved Star Trek. So whenever I would go and spend like the weekend with them or something, he would always put on the old school. Because I think it was my generation was who played Data? What generation was that of Star Trek?
That was Next Generation.
So that was my genre.
Yeah.
That was my genre. But my grandfather loved the old school Star Trek, and the thing that he would always put on right before I went to bed was an episode. And that I remember seeing it because I was like, "Oh, these little fur babies, and like they're everywhere. They're all over the ship." And, that was the one that stuck out the most to me. I was like, I just want one so bad.